I saw a picture on Pinterest that inspired me to buy this old buffet and use it as cabinets for my kitchen. My kitchen space is quite small. It's basically this wall that you're looking at. And also my budget was quite small. But mainly it was because I don't really like kitchen cabinets. I found them really plain. So I bought this vintage buffet. And here I'm removing the top because it was very lightweight. It was very thin, so it wouldn't be able to support a very heavy sink and a stove top. Still, it was a bit of a struggle to remove, and you can see from my facial expressions, but I managed to do it. This is the inside. They had this horrible sticker that was quite difficult to remove, and the inside is painted with this awful red color tint, whatever it is. I think I should have chosen to use a paint stripper because sanding was really tedious and time consuming. It took me ages to remove this color, this varnish. I also tried using a heat gun. It was like stinking of, I don't know, something very toxic, so I thought I should avoid that and continued with sanding. Here's what I've done so far, and luckily the legs were a lot easier to remove, the paint I mean. And then I want to show you the part in the middle, the bottom of the furniture that is totally broken and needs to be removed, and of course replaced with something of a similar rounded shape. I'm removing the frame of the top because the wood is quite old and I need to replace it with something that would better support the countertop. This one was giving me quite a hard time, but I finally managed to remove it. More sanding, and as you can see, the varnish was a lot easier to remove at the leg area. And here's Luca, keeping me company, one of my brother's cats. She's so cute. I'm back at my apartment and I just brought with me the doors, and yeah, this sanding took forever. At the new house again, working on the buffet, and adding these pieces of wood at the bottom because I want to add a bottom part because you saw that how broken it was and there's nothing to support it. So I'm drilling some holes first and then I'm attaching the wood using long screws, but being careful not to split the old wood. I connected these planks of wood or wood panels, I don't know how you call them, that were left over from the house, and I'm going to be using them as the bottom for my buffet. And I need to secure them with screws, of course, and drilling first some holes and then attaching the screws. I really like this process actually. It's quite satisfying. I've started doing a coat of primer on my buffet, and I'll be painting the inside part a white color and the outside a pastel green. This is after one coat of primer, and I also did the coat of primer on the legs and the pastel green, and here are the doors after the primer and the pastel green paint, which is this one. I also painted the drawers and the shelves of the buffet with one coat of primer and one coat of this paint, which is water-based. By the way, this is at my old apartment, at my balcony. And this is Chico doing the necessary quality control, of course. Good morning. I just got to the house. It's a new day, and of course, it's still a mess here. Everywhere you look, there's stuff. And here's my project still under construction. And the thing is that I decided to remove the back of that because it's quite flimsy. And I've got some planks of wood. So I have to paint them and replace that back. But first of all, let's remove it. I'm connecting some planks of wood to create the back of the furniture that I just removed. And I'm using a mallet because these planks were left outside, so they kind of lost their shape and they're not very straight. So I had to use a mallet to insert one into the other. Uh, and it was getting a little bit difficult because I one side was in and the other side was going like getting out. So I'm also using some wood glue to make it more firm. And now I'm just using. I don't really remember if I used a primer as well or I just used the paint straight away, but it's a white paint. I managed to lift it on my own and bring it here, and I have already put screws at the four edges of the back. I did a tiny hole first. Here, there's a big gap, and I don't know how I'm gonna be able to close it. This side is a little bit better, so I'm gonna install some screws as well. But on this side, I don't know what I'm gonna do. So I ended up using a very long screw here to connect this bit and this side as well. No gaps here. And it looks quite sturdy, a lot more sturdy than it did look before. What I want to do now is use these pieces of wood. I have a few of these and make legs for the middle part of it because there's none. There's just these ones that are also cut by someone, and like this is not cut very well. And I don't really trust these old legs to hold the whole thing. So I'm gonna add four of these, two in the front here and two at the back, to kind of support the whole frame. So I have to recreate that rounded shape at the front of the bottom part of the buffet, which was totally broken. You can see it here. I'm using it as a sample to draw the same shape. And I'm gonna cut this new plank that I connected with the old ones. I should have done that before and painted the whole thing, but anyways. So yeah, I just cut the shape and I have glued the new piece of wood with the old ones, and I'm using some clamps to hold the whole thing. I reinstalled the bottom of the furniture. The cut is not perfect, but I think I did an okay job. Hopefully, it will work and it will be at the same spot that it was before, so the doors will close properly. Also, I made some legs here and at the back and this side. I painted the front ones pastel green. And yeah, I don't really like the look of them, but it's for safety reasons. Now I'm at the house again. Look at this mess. Oh, when is this gonna be a house? Anyways, so I'm here to put the doors of the buffet, to install them. I have painted the hardware. I've painted them bronze. I'll show you. And also I got some beautiful knobs for the buffet. I love them. So I've painted everything with this bronze spray. I have an issue with the doors. See how they're hanging. So basically I think I just put these in the wrong place. Now I unscrewed them, so I'll have to put them a bit further so I can close the doors properly. Good morning. I just arrived at the house. This is the current situation of the buffet.
Phoebe buffet.
Let me turn you around. Here it is so far. I was actually trying to make my own countertop, but I failed, so I just ordered one. And I'm expecting it hopefully today. Fingers crossed it's gonna be here because I'm on a very, very tight schedule. I'm moving in this Sunday. It's Monday today, and there's a lot to be done still, like you can see. The countertop is here, and after I drew the shape of the sink that I'm going to install, I'm having my brother puncture some holes so I can have a starter point for the saw. Hello, I am continuing with the buffet saga. Let me show you what I'm doing right now. And this is the situation so far with the buffet. Apologies for the random stuff on top, but it's still a mess around here. The plumber installed the faucet and I just love it. And I put the IKEA furniture next to it. That butcher's table, I don't know how it's called. Okay, so now you've seen the reveal, I just need to talk to you about a couple of problems that I have with this. It's not 100% ready because I will need to fix or try to fix some issues I have with the doors. It was problematic from the beginning, like the whole furniture, the doors were not closing properly from the beginning. So imagine that after everything I did, hello, all the alterations I made and installing this, which is very heavy, and this, which is super heavy, it kind of changed the geometry of the whole frame. I'm having issues with this door, which I managed to close now just to show you, but to open it, I will need a lot of strength. Let me show you. Yeah. Yeah, you get the gist. So it doesn't close properly. I will probably need to get some of this wood here, like trim it so it can fit better here. And also these two. So this has a big gap and they do not close. And there's a gap here. So I need to fix these two. Also, I made a big boo-boo when I was when I was cutting the hole for the sink. This had closed as I was using the saw and I didn't realize. So when I was here cutting the hole, I cut some of this. I cut some of the door. So yeah, stupid. How stupid? I know. But I will just put some wood filler and paint it over because there's nothing else I can do. As for this, it's basically the only door that closes properly. I put a little thing here like a magnet, so it holds it. So it's the only one that I can be happy with. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please give me a thumbs up, and I would love it if you would like to subscribe because I do have more projects coming up. So if you like watching these kinds of videos, then watch this space. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye!